Welcome to the Rap Soul Podcast, where we dive deep into the world of music that moves our hearts and gets our feet tapping. This is the intersection of rap and soul music from the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. We appreciate you for listening. Share this podcast with a friend or family member who loves music as much as you do. The podcast is hosted by 12 Kyle. Next up, the Rap Soul Podcast.
Being cool was like the epitome of what you could be. Like nobody wanted to be a thug. Nobody wanted to be a dope dealer. You just wanted to be cool. You know why you wanted to be cool? Because the ladies loved the guys that were cool. And the guys loved the ladies that were cool. There was nothing better or nothing flyer than being cool. Now, if you had some material possessions, that made it even easier. But again, you wanted to be cool. And this song is the epitome of the word cool. Welcome to another edition of the Rap Soul Podcast. I am your boy 12 Kyle. I want to thank you all for tuning in as you do each and every week. Again, this is the Rap Soul Podcast. This is the intersection where we have discussions about music and artists from the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s when it comes to rap, hip-hop, soul, and R&B. Simply put, folks, this is the best music podcast that you have never heard of until right now. Again, I want to thank you all for tuning in as you do each and every week. Shout out to those of you who are watching on YouTube as well as Spotify. All right, check this out. On this episode, we're bringing back a series that we started last year called The Verse of the Week. And it's really simple. It's where I pick a song from a particular artist and I break down either one or two verses and tell you why I like that song. And this week is a very special song, a song that I loved as a kid. It is called Cool by The Time. Many of you know the lead singer, Morris Day, sang this song and was backed by his group, The Time. And they had a video, and it was really, really dope. Even back then when I was watching it, this song was released, I want to say in 1981. So I think I turned 9 that year. So I didn't really know much about what they were singing about, but I thought it was always a dope song. It was very easy, very infectious. The chorus, COOL, what's that spell? I'm so cool. And let me just break it down for those of you who weren't around in 1981, because I'll be honest, a lot of you weren't around in 1981. Being cool was like the epitome of what you could be. Like nobody wanted to be a thug. Nobody wanted to be a dope dealer. You just wanted to be cool. You know why you wanted to be cool? Because the ladies loved the guys that were cool. And the guys loved the ladies that were cool. And there was nothing better or nothing flyer than being cool. Now, if you had some material possessions, that made it even easier. But again, you wanted to be cool. And this song is the epitome of the word cool. And I made a mental note to do this song because at the time of this recording, late last year, The Time lost their drummer, member of the group, Jelly Bean Johnson. And when I think of Jelly Bean Johnson, this is one of the songs that I think of because I remember seeing him playing the drums in the video. The video for Cool is a really interesting video, to say the least. It starts off with Morris and the rest of the band breaking into a classroom full of students. And these students are mixed. They're black, they're white, and boys and girls. And so it's kind of odd. And they kick the teacher out. Jerome famously kicks the teacher out. And they perform the song with their, instruments and everything. And it looks kind of weird looking at it in 2026 because, one, like, why are you singing this song about being cool to a bunch of, I don't know, 11th graders? But nonetheless, it's a dope song. Check out the video when you get a chance after you finish listening to this podcast. So I want to jump into verse 1. Morris starts off by saying, I got a penthouse in Manhattan, 2 more in Malibu. I bought an 87 Cadillac Seville. Girl, I got a Maserati too. Let me stop right there. Morris Day is flaunting on all of us. He's stunting on all of us. We didn't call it stunting back in 81 because nobody knew what that was. But in 1981, there might not have been anybody cooler than Morris Day from the time. So that's how he starts the song off in that particular verse. He said, I wear diamonds on my fingers, got a couple on my toes. I wear the finest perfume money can buy. It keeps me smelling like a rose. Now, I want to point out that Morris said he was wearing perfume, not cologne, not Old Spice, not Brute, but perfume. So Morris is really, really stunting on y'all on this one. And then he goes into the chorus. If you wonder how I do it, there's just one simple rule. I'm just cool. And then the band spells out COOL. Really, really dope seeing the band. As I mentioned, the aforementioned Jerome Benton. That was Morris's sidekick. And of course, the two legends in the band, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, are in the video as well. A very young version of Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. And then you get to the second verse, and the second verse I absolutely love. It's my favorite verse of the song. He says, I might dine in San Francisco, dance all night in Rome. I go any freaking place I want to, and my Learjet brings me home. Now, if that ain't stunting, I don't know what that is. He actually sounds a lot like some of my rich podcaster friends like Uncle Dolomite, King Germ, Baylor, and Eclectic. All of them, they do the same thing. They dance in Rome, and their Learjet brings them home. All of these guys got private jets, but that's another story for another day. He finishes off by saying, I got ladies by the dozen. I got money by the ton. Just ain't nobody better, and heaven knows that I'm the one. Man, listen. Again, in 1981, I don't really know if it were that many people that were cooler than Morris Day. Morris Day had the look, he had the style, he had the flash. And again, this is 81, so this is before Purple Rain comes out. So I was a fan of the time. A lot of my friends were fans of the time. I remember my family, either my mom or my dad had the album, and it got a lot of airplay in my house, man. Got a lot of running in my house. Always been a fan of the group. So this week's song of the week, verse of the week, is the song Cool from The Time featuring Morris Day. That's going to do it for me. Thanks again for checking out this edition of the Rap Soul Podcast. I am your boy 12 Kyle. I will catch you guys next time. 5,000. Cheers.
Thank you for listening. This concludes the episode. Be sure to subscribe to the Rap Soul Podcast. You can find the podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Follow the podcast on social media. And feel free to continue this discussion on our Reddit page. More importantly, share this podcast with a friend or family member who loves music as much as you do. Until next time, 5,000.